Another thing many of us do during the May long weekend is get our outdoor rugs, our cushions, our pillows out of the storage. But don't forget, they could use a good cleaning to start the season. So here to show us the best ways to do it is Leigh-Ann Allaire Perrault. Thanks, son. All right, LA, do you do this at the start of every season?
Yes, long weekend for me is about prepping the patio to enjoy all the great weekends ahead. So this long weekend is the one that I'm going to be putting in a little bit of extra elbow grease to get all of my outdoor cushions really refreshed and make it comfortable and really get everything clean is the key here.
I think about it and I'm like, I don't want to do it, but then when I think of what's on the other side, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot
relaxation.
wait. Oh, I love my patio.
Right? Short-term pain, long-term gain.
Right.
Yes.
So let's start with cleaning some of the fabric cushions and what have you.
So outdoors, there's a lot of fabrics that we need to consider.
Yeah.
Cushions, area rugs, umbrellas, we're going to cover them all. What I want to actually suggest for everyone to do first and foremost is prep themselves for success for the outdoor season by creating a little outdoor cleaning caddy.
Oh.
And this will have everything that you need for outdoors, including your sponges and brushes.
Yeah.
This is also critically important because you want to separate what you're using outside from what you're using inside. You don't really want to be scrubbing bird poop and then using this in your kitchen sink, right? So have something that...
Keep it together.
Right, and the Lippmann caddy is great because you can just stash this in your shed, put it in your garage, wherever you need it outside.
Love it.
And everything's ready to go.
Good stuff.
And for me also with this time of year, I kind of look at it like opening presents, if you will. Because I go into the garage, and which is where I store all of my cushions in big heavy-duty garbage bags, and I open them up and it's always a surprise. Does everything look wonderful, or am I getting the waft of musty mildew? Yes.
Yeah.
And was there any moisture issues? So there's two things to consider.
Yeah.
What things look like and what they smell like.
Right.
If you open your cushions up and they still look really clean, but you do have that musty smell, you're going to want to treat them with something like a Concrobium mold control.
Okay.
So this is actually an aerosol spray. It's no bleach in it, no harsh chemicals, and no VOCs. So great for fabrics, but this will actually kill the mold and mildew spores and crush them and prevent mold from growing. So this is a great setup for your entire season.
That's good.
So give all of your cushions, you can't go wrong with just starting with this with a really good spray. Now, if you have some visible mildew that's kind of grown on the surfaces, you maybe want to go to something like a mold and mildew remover, stain remover specifically.
Okay.
And that's something that you can treat very localized on something like, you know, maybe a little bird dropping or such that might happen on your cushions.
Yeah.
The way I like to treat my cushions is, first of all, read the label, because that will give you a lot of the care instructions that you need to consider. In this case, it says spot clean only on my cushions. They are removable, but spot clean only. So I don't worry about taking the cover off. I'm just going to focus on whatever that area is, and I start by using a microfiber cloth underneath.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use a sponge. With the sponge, the key is to push down on the stain with a mild soap. So maybe you use a little bit of the spray if it's mold and mildew, spray in the concentrated area, and push down. The goal is to actually push the stain through to the microfiber cloth to absorb it.
You're not wiping at all.
Instead of pushing everything around on the fabric. So that's why it's important that this will start to absorb everything underneath. And then just put it out in the sun and let these dry off, and you can give them a quick rinse off with the hose, and you'll be in really great shape in that case.
The sun fixes a lot.
The sun fixes.
It can burn a lot of bad stuff out of your fabrics for sure.
Absolutely.
What about the rugs? So if you've got mold, mildew, what do we need to do?
Yes. So if you unroll your rug from the winter months and it's looking a little guh, and maybe the guh comes from not cleaning it before you stored it at the end of last summer.
I definitely did not clean mine at the end of last summer.
We just think we'll deal with it next year. So there's a little bit of mildew happening on here, a little bit of dirt still. The first thing I want you to do is roll out your rug on a hard surface. Okay. If you don't have patio stones or concrete in the back, put down a tarp instead of just the grass, and put it down upside down. Okay. And the reason we're going to do that is because mildew can build a film on the back. So we want to loosen up that film, and the way we're going to do that is using a soft bristle push broom. Okay. So this is perfect if you have a nice clean one from your garage. You're just going to dip it in some soapy water. You can use a mild detergent, and then we're literally going to brush with the fiber. So just go back and forth. Okay. So basically, we're just looking to loosen up all of the mold and mildew and dirt. Yeah. And then once this is done, you don't need to worry about rinsing this. Then we're going to flip it over, do the same thing and do some spot cleaning and then rinse it. And now we've loosened up both sides so that really it's going to help get everything loose and get all of the dirt and grime out and help protect you really well for the rest of the season.
That's so good. That's a good cleaning. You can be outside barefoot on your area rugs.
Right.
You feel good about it.
It's the interior comforts that you take outside is so important.
Okay, is there something we can use to protect outdoor fabrics from like the sun, the penetration of the sun, the color usually goes?
Absolutely. Over time, fabrics, even outdoor fabrics, there's a high likelihood that they will fade.
They do.
So using something like an outdoor spray paint, fabric paint, which is actually a thing, to add a whole new life to your cushions. So this is actually, when you think about it, a really affordable option. You could go out and buy new cushions, which can be very expensive, or you can buy a can of spray paint that can spray paint for cushions for very little cost.
You can spray paint your cushions.
Let me show you this. So this is just showing a little refresh. That's the before and the after. So there's a lot of different color options, but I want you to feel the cushion because this is what I was wondering about. It's still really soft.
Oh, so it still feels like fabric.
This isn't just
not
regular
like
spray
a
paint.
Brick.
Exactly. Exactly.
Very good. And it's like how many coats?
That's one coat.
Ooh,
one very quick
look
pass.
How bright that is.
And it's really nice and intense.
It's beautiful.
And so UV protectant, weather resistant, which is great. I also just want to point out that was all of the cushions are spot clean. Check the labels again because certain things like your umbrellas can sometimes be laundered. And you think, how do I launder my umbrella?
How do you even get it off?
Well, a lot of umbrellas, if you look, will come off of their little, the bars there. And then you can unscrew the top and this whole thing comes off. And this one
that's awesome.
Goes right into the washing machine.
That's amazing.
Very easy.
Yeah, that's so good.
Makes cleaning so easy.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Okay, I love that. And I just got to give a nod to this beautiful umbrella that you DIY'd. What a gorgeous project.
And that was using the outdoor fabric paint as well. Instead of spray painting a solid color, I just used a stencil and kind of customized my own little boho umbrella and then added a little fringe on the end.
Oh, you added the fringe too?
I did.
Look
yes,
at you,
just the little
Miss
touches.
DIY. Thanks,